What if, without any warning, Earth's magnetic field simply collapsed? Not weakened over centuries, not slowly shifting or flipping, but gone in an instant. Nothing visible would change at first. The sky would look the same. The air would feel normal. Yet in that moment, the planet would lose one of the most important protections it has ever had. A shield that has quietly defended life for billions of years. Earth's magnetic field is generated deep inside the planet by the movement of molten iron in the outer core. This motion creates a powerful magnetic bubble around Earth, known as the magnetosphere. Its role is simple but vital. It deflects charged particles from the sun and deep space, preventing them from directly striking the atmosphere and surface. Without it, Earth would be exposed to a constant bombardment of radiation. The first consequences would appear far above our heads. Satellites orbiting Earth would suddenly be unprotected. Solar radiation would overwhelm their electronics, causing widespread failures within hours. GPS navigation would degrade or stop working. Communication satellites would fail. Weather forecasting systems would go dark. The modern world's invisible infrastructure would begin collapsing before most people even realized what was happening. Soon after, the sky itself would begin to change. Auroras would no longer be limited to the poles. Instead, glowing curtains of light would spread across the entire planet, visible even at the equator. While beautiful, this would be a warning sign of something dangerous. It would mean high-energy particles were directly interacting with Earth's atmosphere, something that rarely happens today. On the ground, power systems would be among the hardest hit. Without the magnetic field to deflect solar storms, massive electrical currents would surge through power grids. Transformers would overheat and fail. Entire regions would plunge into darkness. Some damage would be permanent, requiring years to repair. In a world dependent on electricity for food distribution, healthcare, communication, and water systems, the effects would quickly turn catastrophic. Air travel would become extremely dangerous. Radiation levels at high altitudes would spike, especially near the poles. Commercial flights would be grounded indefinitely. Astronauts aboard space stations would face life-threatening exposure, forcing emergency evacuations or abandonment of orbital facilities. But the most dangerous effects would not be immediate destruction. They would be slow, relentless, and irreversible. Without the magnetic field, Earth's atmosphere would begin to erode. The solar wind would gradually strip away lighter gases, including oxygen. This process is not theoretical. Scientists believe this is exactly what happened to Mars. When Mars lost its magnetic field billions of years ago, its atmosphere was slowly blown into space, leaving behind the cold, thin air we see today. Earth would not lose its atmosphere overnight, but over centuries and thousands of years, the air would thin. The planet would struggle to retain heat. Temperature extremes would increase. Weather patterns would become chaotic and less predictable. Storms could grow more violent, while some regions might become permanently uninhabitable. Radiation levels at the surface would also rise dramatically. The magnetic field blocks many cosmic rays that can damage DNA. Without it, cancer rates would increase. Genetic mutations would become more common. Species with little radiation resistance would decline or go extinct. Marine ecosystems would suffer as radiation penetrates surface waters, disrupting food chains from the bottom up. Animals that rely on Earth's magnetic field for navigation would be thrown into confusion. Birds, sea turtles, whales, and even insects use magnetic cues to migrate and orient themselves. With those cues gone, migration routes would collapse. Breeding grounds would be missed. Entire populations could decline simply because animals could no longer find where they needed to go. Human civilization would try to adapt. Underground structures would become more common to shield against radiation. Technology would need heavy protection to survive constant particle bombardment. Life could continue, but it would be more fragile, more dangerous, and far less stable than the world we know today. What makes this scenario even more unsettling is that Earth's magnetic field has failed before. Partially. Geological records show that the magnetic poles have flipped many times in the planet's history. During these reversals, the magnetic field weakens significantly. While life survived, those periods may have been marked by increased radiation exposure and environmental stress. A complete collapse, however, would be something humanity has never experienced. Our ancestors lived without satellites and global power grids. We do not. Modern civilization is uniquely vulnerable to the loss of this invisible shield. Without it, Earth would not instantly die, but it would begin a slow transformation into a harsher, less forgiving world. The magnetic field is silent, invisible, easy to forget, yet it stands between Earth and a hostile universe. Without it, our planet would still exist, but the life upon it would never be the same.